Hello, queens and kings. Welcome to Pageantry In Betweens by Pageant Fan KE. This segment is dedicated to highlighting some unspoken factors that have a direct or indirect impact on your performance in a pageant competition. If you have ever participated in a beauty pageant, you know beauty pageantry is not won on the final night. The final night is simply a culmination of all the hard work and daily wins that you have had throughout the bootcamp period. If you have never participated in a beauty pageant and you're planning to participate in your first one, worry not, you have come to the right place. We are dedicated to highlighting some of the things that happen in bootcamp that end up affecting your overall performance even without your knowledge. So stick around. Today we are going to be discussing something very common, that is time and time management. The moment your application reaches the national organization or the moment you're crowned or appointed to represent your country, judging starts. If you want to survive in the fashion and the beauty industry, you need to harness time as a skill. In this video, we are going to look at 3 time bumps that could affect your performance nationally or internationally. The first time bump is the application process and international pageant paperwork submission. If you're planning to participate in a pageant at national level, you should have a rough idea of when the pageant happens and when the application processes start. You should even have an idea of what the application requirements are based on what has happened in the previous years. This way, you will be able to plan. If it's a video you need, you will get the video. If it's a passport you need to get, you'll get the passport. So that by the time the applications are open, you have everything required to submit your application in time. Do not be a last-minute queen or king. If you win on a national level and now have the opportunity to represent your country internationally, one of the first things that happens is the international organization will send your national director pageantry paperwork. Pageantry paperwork is very crucial to your placement in an international competition. We shall cover pageantry paperwork in another video. However, when it comes to pageantry paperwork, do not submit your paperwork late. Make sure you beat all the deadlines. Some pageants will even have a clause in the paperwork that says if you miss the deadline and submit your application late, you forgo the opportunity to be in the top 20. It is that serious. You cannot be complacent when it comes to your pageantry paperwork and deadlines, submission deadlines especially. Once you receive the paperwork, we normally advise the queens that we coach to do the following things. Number 1, sit down with your national director and go through all those papers. The contracts, the forms, the guidelines and the rules, make sure you go through all of those. And both of you are in understanding of what is required of both of you. Secondly, write a to-do list. Make sure you list down every single thing that you have been asked to submit, including the dates you're supposed to submit it. Now, if you have been crowned a little later, you might have to work really fast, but if you have been crowned earlier, then you have a bit of time to process the paperwork, to do the required shoots, and to submit all the documents. Please work with time and make sure you submit your paperwork at least 2 to 3 days before the deadline. Number 3, once you have everything, once you have your photos, you have the forms filled, you have all the information that you need, please have someone proofread those documents. Do not submit a document with spelling mistakes, grammatical errors. Have second party, third party, fourth party, and fifth party individuals go through that paperwork with you and for you, so that they can help you correct any spelling mistakes, they can correct any grammatical errors. Please do not submit your paperwork without having someone proofread it. The second time bump that you are going to have to overcome is arrival date and days. This is one of the biggest challenges facing African delegates. Many African delegates arrive at least a day or 2 days after the competition has started, and this really works to their disadvantage. If you are an international representative, please try and align your arrival date to align with either the official arrival day or a day before arrival. This way, you get to settle in and start the competition with everyone else. Imagine arriving at competition on day 3 or day 4. The other contestants already did the official photo shoot, they had time to do social media content, they're already building their visibility and interacting with every other person who is involved in the pageant while you're just arriving. So you land and you're supposed to go to the shoot, go do social media, go do this. There's already so much working against you. It can be exhausting. And don't forget the jet lag. Do not forget the jet lag. So you have to make sure that you arrive at least a day before or on the official arrival date. This way, you get to actively participate in all the activities that all the other contestants are participating in. Beauty queens and kings, please talk to your national directors, especially delegates from Africa. Please talk to your national directors and have them get you there on the first day or the day before arrival. The third time bump that you are going to overcome is the daily pageant schedule. There is nothing as annoying as having a queen or a king who is always late to activities. This reflects really bad on you as a contestant because it shows you have no respect for people's time and no respect for yourself. The moment you land at the airport, judging starts. From the way you carry yourself to the way you manage your time really tells us a lot about your character. You cannot be the queen or king who is constantly late to activities, constantly unkempt, constantly confused, constantly misinformed. Be present in the moment. Be present in the activities that are happening. If there are any changes, and pageant schedules change from time to time, make sure you have a pen and a notebook where you take down any single change that happens in the schedule so that you're always prepared. Tardiness in pageantry is not something exciting. It does not please the organizers, it does not please the judges, and definitely does not please the owner of the organization. Make sure when you are in that boot camp, you are always on time. Time management is a skill that anyone can develop. You need to start now and build that muscle progressively. Discipline yourself and hold yourself accountable at all times when practicing how to manage your time better. Get a planner or a workbook to help you. Set alarms, add reminders if you need to, but make sure you are always on time. We hope this video added a bit of value to your pageantry journey. If it did, kindly share it with an aspiring beauty queen or king. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more pageantry tips. Until next time, go slay!